At some point, we basically decided, hey, this is going to be too much. We can't actually meet this growing demand of all of these individual segments and all of these individual needs. And so we just sort of gave up. So I'm Jon Carden, and I'm the CMO of Fundrise. Fundrise is America's largest, actually, alternative asset platform. Yeah, I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that we have more investors in our private market funds than maybe any fund has had before of our kind. We have this incredibly diverse investor base where we have 18-year-olds who this is maybe the first investment they've ever made. And then we have 55-year-old like private fund managers who also invest with us. And we have to somehow deliver some kind of experience that gets close to meeting both of those users' expectations, or else we risk completely turning off an entire segment of our investor base. And so how we communicate with you and what that sort of bilateral relationship is like over, a 5, 10, 25-year period, because investments are such a long-term game, really ends up determining both the growth of every account and every person's account who comes on the platform, as well as how long they stay with us. We put a lot of time and effort into producing an investor letter every quarter. This is sort of like the flagship piece of content that we put together, and it really states, this is what's happening in the portfolio. This is where we're going next. It's the most important piece of content we produce all year. We do that once a quarter. We had a much more longer form version. We had a market focused version. We had an asset class focused version. We had a short one, a long one, a serious one, a podcast transcript, all of these things. The amount of effort required to actually develop the audiences and get those pieces of content matched with those audiences and actually sent was still going to be too much work for it to be worth it. While we were exploring some of these other AI solutions around personalization, Hightouch approached us with a new tool that they were developing called AI decisioning. AI decisioning, one way I think about it is you go from a one-to-many approach where you send one email to a lot of people to a model enabled or a model assisted approach that allows it to be sort of one-to-one, meaning the model is actually understanding what you specifically or what I specifically am looking for, and then deliver an entire menu of content at the frequency and at the timing that is correct for that person. And so it allows for this sort of like micro segmentation, literally at the individual level, whereas historically that just wasn't possible. The first place we applied AI decisioning was to our win-back audience. And when we applied AID to that audience, we actually saw a 4x increase over what we've been doing previously within just 2 to 3 months in terms of conversion and dollars actually coming onto the platform. The way we get data from emails is different. It's not coming through A/B tests, control versus treatment, but the actual quality of the data and the depth of the data that we get from the model itself is so much better than what we were getting when we were just running like this email versus that email. Now we're actually able to see people who have these traits that we've given Hightouch in common are responding better to these emails. That's something we didn't really have before. So what we found now is every piece of content that we've created that goes into AID can continue to be delivered to the right people, the right time, even if they weren't on the platform when that piece of content was originally created. So we're getting more from every single piece of content that we create. We've actually seen that now over the last 6 weeks or so, AID is starting to handily outpace, as the model's gotten smarter, it's starting to handily outpace the uniform. And so the ability to build trust and really educate people and meet them where they are at scale without having to 10x the size of my marketing team is an incredible gift. Clearly, the tool as itself in its entirety is winning here because we aren't having to actually send these comms anymore. My team could go on vacation right now. Like the entire lifecycle team could go on vacation for the next 30 days and the model would send however many emails it's sending per day right now. And it would generate at the conversion rate that it's been generating at for months and months. And we wouldn't have to do anything. Well, this is great. I'm so excited to see how it comes. And let me know, obviously, if you need anything else. But yeah, this is awesome.